It's funny how a beauty influencer who depends on the consumer to pay their bills have the nerve to jump on social media to degrade another hardworking individual because they lost their job asking for help. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so beautiful, so lovely. People, I'd like to welcome to you.
We're going to break down the rant he went on, the backlash that he received, the unfollowing he's getting, and the update on what's going on with the young lady he decided to read for filth online. Let's get into it. Welcome to Spit Talking with Talia, where we talk about anything that we want to talk about. And today we're talking about James Charles. Listen, this occurred last week, and I wasn't able to get in front of this camera to talk about this nonsense, but so much has happened in between time that I'm glad, I'm taking the opportunity now to discuss. So James Charles decided to give his point of view on a young lady who put it in his comment section that she needed help because she was a part of the huge layoff from Sprint Airlines. And somehow this dude said, it's okay to go online and literally show his privileged self. This dude decided to go online to show off all his privilege and to talk to an individual about hard work. What is hard work to James Charles? This is a content creator. If you don't know who he is a content creator. I don't know how he is now, but I think when he first came out, he was 15, 16 years old. He was known for using a ring light for his senior pictures and became a thing. And then I think he was like either the first boy for CoverGirl or something like that. Whatever. In between time, all his content creating, collabing with makeup companies, creating his own makeup line. He has also been known for scandalous, DMs with the young men. So he's not, shy to being in the drama. This is his safe place. He's always in always in some foolery one way or another, but somehow he is still well supported. Crazy to me. James Charles is known for causing drama when he doesn't get the feedback that he thinks he's going to get, and people decide to unfollow, no longer support, is when he wants to come out with these long-winded apologies. At this point, you would think, right, out of the years he's been a social media influencer, that when you come out and you start blurting things out, you should think before you speak. He's incapable of doing so. Like, I don't know who's a part of his PR team, but he just gets online and he just says whatever he wants to and then expect for there not to be a backlash. But yet again, he is now on the receiving end of being lashed out on, and he's losing followers. So the first video that we're going to watch together is the initial rant. So by the time I got on his page, he had already erased it. He didn't stand 10 toes down when he created that video, realized immediately, okay, let me hurry up and take this down because I'm not getting a good response. He erased it. But of course, the internet is who the internet is. People got it, so it's going to be up there forever. So I was able to get a hold of the entire first rant. So let's listen to this together.
I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's a GoFundMe link. Any donations help." I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably...
Listen, when he said that comment, it was like, well, how I took it, how I received that was that, this young lady is asking for help, right? Immediately, your tone was disgusting. Like, you definitely showed zero compassion for someone losing their job. Now, I get it. I don't know what it's like to have billions of dollars and people asking, or like he perceived as begging for assistance. But if you watch any news whatsoever, you would realize that, hold on, this is serious. Or even take a minute to put yourself in someone's shoes to be like, I don't, if I were to lose my job abruptly, right, would I be able to function and have some form of understanding? But it was the mocking of this young lady, and then thinking, because he doesn't know no better, clearly, and I don't know if his parents worked before he became a millionaire, but you just can't just walk up into another store or walk up into another airline. You get laid off one day, and then all of a sudden you're able to walk into a new establishment and get a job the next day. And he's so oblivious to what's happening and how the economy is affecting the average individual that he felt comfortable to come out his face immediately with the privilege.
And probably 100 other influencers and celebrities. You could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled. And you think that...
So not knowing this lady from Adam, you felt that it was okay to call her lazy. Sir, get me to understand. You have been in several situations where people questioned whether or not you were a PDF because you have the tendency to partake in conversations with adolescents, right? This has been out there. There's plenty of videos out there in reference to it. Of course, you're going to sit here and say that's not who you are. So because you know how it feels to be labeled as something that you are saying that you are not, why would you project that to somebody else? Why would she have to be lazy? Listen, in today's economy, no one could afford to lose their job because there isn't a bunch of job opportunities out there currently. And the fact that he was, just like, you're lazy, just go out there and get yourself something. My question to him would be, if people really started to use their noggins and decided to be like, you know what, we are no longer supporting James Charles. No one's buying anything from his line? Painted something, but I don't know whatever it is. No one's buying anything from your brand. No one's supporting anything you do. No one's clicking, liking, watching anything. If that goes away tomorrow, James Charles, how would you be able to rebrand yourself? I don't think that social media would be a thing anymore if people are no longer rocking with you. Right? So you're going to have to either live off of what you've already earned, which you possibly could, right? Never have to worry about nothing. I mean, probably living on a budget because there's not going to be anything coming in unless you invested your money, which I hope you did if you've earned millions throughout your career. But you wouldn't be able to just walk up in a place and expect people to hire you, especially if you are very controversial and you do have a past. It appears that you lean one way or another when it comes down to being inappropriate. Like, people really need to stop and think before they speak.
And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing. And you think that I'm going
to only assume he has supported a charity or two. I don't know, right? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't take the time to look up any current things he has going on. I personally don't care. When I saw this, I was disgusted. I don't care to know how he's living. But if you donate to a charity, right? If you are helping someone else, is the prerequisite, is it to follow you, to support you first before you support somebody else, or you provide any assistance to somebody else? There's a name for people like that, right? would the outcome have been different if you knew this young lady followed you, if you knew that she bought a palette? What would it have done for you? Like, oh, she's a supporter, so I'm going to support her. Never did it cross your mind that let me just help a person in need. No one said, and I don't know if the young lady demanded a number, which I'm sure she did not. That asking for help could have been whatever. You could have donated to this GoFundMe, be anonymous, and you could have did $5 and nobody would have known. Or you could have not responded at all. Just a thought.
And you think that I'm gonna send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God, welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every fucking day, and you're white, pretty, and able-bodied. You're in a much better position than a lot of other people out here who are trying clearly much harder to make a better life for themselves. Why would I fucking help you? Aside from that, 17,000 people lost their jobs at Spirit Airlines. Why do you think you need the GoFundMe? I can at least 1% respect the mentality of closed mouths don't get fed, doesn't hurt to try. But honestly, it does hurt to try because now you pissed me off. Okay? I'm not the one. Go find fucking Mr. Reese. This is literally his entire shtick. I'm sure the next YouTube video is literally going to be like, I rehired all 17,000 of the Spirit Airlines employees, and it's going to be the real life Hunger Games. The last one of them to leave the Spirit Airlines plane gets to be the CEO of the new company and gets a house and a car and $10 million that everybody else dies. Go find that video to compete in, baby. I'm not helping you. I'm not fucking helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. I can at least...
What does the real world look like to you, James? Tell me. Decime. What does the real world look like to you? This is without luxury, right? What does it look like to you? And let me know whether or not you've experienced it. Let me know when was the last time you weren't able to provide for yourself and for your loved ones.
At least understand if you were like, James, I'm a longtime fan. Here's a trillion years of DMs and my support for you. I love you. I'm suffering with a really rare genetic disease that there is no cure for, and I'm trying to raise money for myself and other people that have this.
There's a lot of people I have supported. For example, I am a huge Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb fanatic. If anyone wants to see my collection with just the gloss bombs alone, a fanatic. Not one time in my 46 years of breathing did I ever get up in Fenty Beauty's or Rihanna's DMs to say anything, right? If I like something, I purchase it. I don't feel like I have to send you a message saying how much I love it. Now, I have tagged them in posts of my collection, but do you want someone to worship you? Because that's something totally different. That's something completely different. Do you want people to worship you in order for you to apply any form of assistance? When asked, it's his facial expressions are driving me crazy. You're speaking with so much conviction, so much passion, and do not know. And you don't know what it's like to live in that young girl's shoes. Mind you, I don't know this little girl from Adam, right? I don't even know she's a little girl. I don't know that woman's life, right? I don't know her life to sit here and defend her. I don't. It is this disgusting response for someone asking for help. It's wild business to me.
To raise money for myself and other people that have this. Maybe I would help. Maybe I would help because I love you and I appreciate you. This bitch, you lost your fucking job? What are we gonna do? Nothing! I'm gonna do nothing. You know what you need to do? Go find a fucking new one, girl. Put some effort into the workplace.
Dude is mad obnoxious. Listen, I have been a makeup enthusiast, makeup lover for a very long time. And before all his controversy and all this other stuff, I bought the James Charles palette, right? The one when he was with Morphe. And as he was going through stuff, dealing with more drama and drama. That was one pal, and I collect makeup, okay? Huge collector. That's one that him and what's his name, Jeffrey. I had to get rid of the stuff that I had bought because it was like, okay, let me just give it to somebody else who doesn't care or be too connected when it comes down to who the person is and who their brand is. If you are trash, I don't support trash, right? I don't want it in my sight. So I gave it away. It's the passion. Go out and get a job. He better be lucky he never ever puts himself in the position where he loses his riches. Like I had mentioned in another video in regards to somebody else. When you are blessed, right? Always display some form of gratitude. Be grateful. But as soon as you start exhibiting behavior like this, you may want to count the days until that fortune that you were blessed with disappears. Like in true James Charles fashion, of course, he had to come out with an explanation and an apology video. But this is the first one out of the two that he created.
Links that have never followed, supported, DM me before, just begging for money. And most people were like enjoying the video, saying it was a valid point, but it definitely started causing some discourse in the comments. And a lot of people were just saying it was out of touch and insensitive. And they're right. It was definitely a harsh choice of words, maybe not my best video. And I deleted it, but of course the internet is forever. And now a lot of content creators are using like the 5-second clip in the very beginning where I'm like, you're a lazy piece of shit, get a new job, to upload their cute little think pieces being like, influencers are all so out of touch. This is so disgusting. You don't know how hard it is in the job market these days. Oh my God, give me a fucking break. I am out of touch, first and foremost. Okay, I am never going to be one of those influencers that gets online.
Well, for one, I don't know who he is referring to. I only saw Jackie Aina, right? I try not to live on social media, but I did see Jackie Aina address the situation. Listen, that is one person that I have followed her before, like when she was still living in an apartment, her makeup was still looking a little crazy, and when she was starting out. So I have literally seen this woman glow up. And she, of course, had to put her 2 cents in it because he was coming off too strong for a person just asking for help. People need to be mindful. The worst thing a person can sit here and tell you when you're asking them to assist you with whatever you need help with is no. Nothing else should really come out of that. No, I don't have it. No, I'm unable to. Just no, I can't do it. It shouldn't get any more aggressive than that, or maybe it shouldn't be any more straightforward than that, right? He was given way too much energy for a person who didn't support him, right? Poor little him, the girl didn't support you, so therefore you felt the need to like, okay, this bitch has a nerve to ask me for help and she doesn't even support me. No, I would never. Now you're in this video, I guess attempting to apologize, but in this video, you still kind of standing on business with that same kind of energy. This time, you're in bed doing it. That's all.
I'm never going to be one of those influencers that gets online and pretends to be poor so I can come across as relatable to my audience. I think it's tacky. I think it's annoying. And I also think it's quite...
Who gets online trying to pretend that they're poor? Listen, again, I don't know if this kid was privileged prior to him being the cover girl boy, whatever. I don't know if that what his family's like, how much money they have. Who knows? I'm only gonna speak for Jackie Aina because that's the only one that I saw. I don't know about anybody else, saying, "Oh, I came from hard times." Or never. Jackie Aina was in the military. She literally worked her way up to where she is to create her own. Has she had hiccups along the way? Yes, and does she clearly lives a nice bougie lifestyle, right? But in that video, overall, it was like, yo, this was uncalled for. And how would you even know what the job marketplace even looks like if you legit have never seen it? She know what it's like. She's been through some stuff. But here you are, privileged, coming online trying to regulate how people should ask for help. The young woman took a risk. She took a risk to ask whoever was willing to help, because who knows what kind of deadline she was coming. What was she about to lose for her next paycheck? You just don't know. You don't know people's story, and you should talk to them, even if you felt still right. Okay, I felt like this was inappropriate. I don't feel like she needed to do this. The same way you stated that she should have, if she was a follower or you never received a DM from her, you could have DM'd her privately, like, hey, I saw this and I just want to give you my honest opinion. I felt like this was inappropriate. You should have DM'd me, and then we could have discussed back and forth and whatever, right? It could have still been a yay or a nay in the DM without literally making a video like this because someone came to you and asked for help, because it's it's well known that you are fortunate to have the means to live the lifestyle that you live in, and someone who was in need came to you and you denied them. At least at that moment, you look like a jerk. I don't care what anybody says.
I also think it's quite insulting to the audience watching, as if you guys are going to be fooled into thinking that. You've been watching me for 10 years now. It's no secret that I have been able to find success doing what I've done. It didn't start that way though. I started from literally nothing and had a dream for myself and was determined to literally do anything to make it happen. And luckily, I've been blessed to be able to do that and now call this my full-time job. The reason I made that video yesterday though was a lot of people these days do not have the make it work mentality. They have no desire to actually put in the effort to try to fix a problem and get themselves out of a situation.
James, what are you talking about? What common person, what average person are you talking to? What survey have you taken to know what the average person is willing to do, not willing to do, and their lack of effort? I would love to know, who have you spoken to? All right, I'm going to use myself for an example, right? I am a full-time nurse, right? I do 3 to 4 shifts weekly, right? And my goal is to work for myself, right? I love content creating, but sometimes my full-time job pulls me away, that I'm unable to be in front of the camera to do the things that I would love to do and what I would hope to create my brand on, right? If I am not on YouTube every week, every other day, every hour, does that mean that I lack the ambition to strive for my goals and my dreams? Or could something be throwing a monkey wrench into my plans, right? What's the saying? When we have a plan, God is up there laughing, because it's not on our timing, it's on his timing. And the fact that this dude is talking about just people here, like, they're so lazy. Who are you referring to? There's a certain demographic I feel like you're talking to, and tell me, who is that? Tell me. I'm curious. Who are we talking about?
Situation, they immediately result in asking for help. And don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for help. In my personal opinion though, it should be a last resort. If you disagree, that's totally fine. That's your personal opinion. I'm not going to apologize for having mine. There's a lot of people.
Okay. No, listen, I'm the type of person who does not, when I tell you, I do not like asking for help. I don't know if it's a character flaw. I don't know. I just don't. I don't like asking people for help. It's just one of those things. I'd rather try to do what I got to do to make sure that I get it done. My best friend has told me about myself many a day that it's okay to ask for help. Now, again, it goes back to worst case scenario, someone doesn't have it and unable to assist. But if you need something, you need some help, whatever that looks like to you, you shouldn't be afraid to reach out, because what a closed mouth doesn't get fed. And when people ask for help, doesn't necessarily mean you young man, right? It doesn't mean that people are not willing to work hard. They just need that boost. They need that boost to make things happen. Now, granted, there's DoorDash, Instacart, Amazon, those deliveries, you can get paid that same day. But again, you don't know people's circumstances, right? So it's very hard to assume that folks are just being lazy. Hell, you're lazy. You couldn't even sit up to create the damn video.
There's a lot of people responding back to the video being like, oh my gosh, he has no idea how hard the job market is. I've been applying for new jobs for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years now, and I've literally heard back nothing from any of the jobs. I'm sorry that that is happening to people. I know that the job market fucking sucks. I've heard so many horror stories. I can't even imagine what that's like. Those are the people, in my opinion, that are totally valid and asking for help. The person that I made the video about yesterday lost their job last week at Spirit Airlines, along with 17,000 other people. And granted, I don't know this person. Maybe making a GoFundMe link was really their last resort. I just personally do not believe that to be the case, because I know for a fact that they sent this same exact DM to hundreds of different influencers and celebrities. This person did not follow me. They have never DM'd me previously. They have never supported me on any social platforms. They have never purchased from Painted. This person was literally just spam copying and pasting this DM to every person that they assumed.
You have to be the most self-centered piece of basura I've ever come across. And it just baffles me how you keep bringing yourself up in this situation, as far as this person not supporting you. This person, and just listen to yourself. Please take the time to listen to yourself, right? Even if, right? Let's not even talk about this one person that you're referring to. But if it wasn't for millions of people supporting you, helping you reach your goals, where would you be? Who would you be, right? You had to come up, you had to sit in a chair, probably similar to the one I'm sitting on, in front of the camera, promote yourself, right? Asking to purchase your sister merch, your palettes, your whatever. It took the consumer to sit here and support you. They're still doing that. Clearly, you have, millions of followers. So again, if people were to stop supporting you, people that you don't follow, right? You want people to support you, but you're not supporting them back. Because I'm pretty sure that who your followers are, right? So you see the number of your followers, and compared to who you follow, I'm pretty sure they don't match. For certain. I don't even have to look. I already know they don't match. Shut up. Because you're making 0 cents.
Have money to offer them, and I'm sorry, just because somebody has money does not mean that you're entitled. I'm sorry if that comes across as insensitive or privileged or mean, but welcome to the real world. It's fucking hard out there. Nobody owes anybody anything. The universe will constantly remind you of that, and a little bit of effort goes a really, really long way sometimes. I stand behind what I said, 10 toes down. Instead of spending an hour copying and pasting the same DM to 100 different celebrities or influencers, you could have spent the same amount of time copying and pasting a job application to hundreds of different companies. Or, hear me out, put in a little bit of effort. If you want to send the DMs, at least spend 20 seconds before you hit send, customizing it to the person that you're asking for money from, right? Hi, sister. James, I've been watching your YouTube videos since I was a teenager. You really taught me how to do makeup and have positively impacted my life every single.
What is with the shit that you want people to worship you? What is that? Again, anytime, you donate to whatever charity, if you even donate to charities, because you just may be that jerk that just doesn't like people. You want everybody to worship you, support you, but unwilling to support somebody else. Wild business. But if you just listen to yourself. This girl is trying to figure things out, but you're over there thinking to yourself why she didn't customize a daggone message to you.
Every single Friday, hey, I'm in this shitty situation. Do you think that you could help? Probably would have gone a lot further than a generic message. Or instead of copy and pasting the same job application to hundreds of different companies, send in 10 job applications to companies that you really care about and you think you could fit in with, and then customize your application and your cover letter, letting these recruiters or hiring people know that you're the best candidate for this job and why they should want you on their team. I know putting in the extra work and effort probably feels useless when you know that you're in a sea of DMs or job applicants, but trust and believe, as somebody who's now on the other side of things, the little bit of extra effort does go a very long way, and unfortunately, taking the easy route is usually never going to work. That's just my 2 cents. Just a word of advice. You can take it, you can leave it. It's all good. I just wanted to provide some more context on my video yesterday because I do not like how it's being twisted and taken out of context. It was definitely never my intention to undermine anybody who's trying to work and provide a better future for themselves, their family, and their loved ones. I just don't exactly think that that is what this person was trying to do, or at least the right way to go about doing it. I stand behind what I said, 10 toes down.
I need people to understand, right? When it comes down to apologizing, I don't think it's a real thing, right? I feel like the first thing that comes out your face is how you truly feel, right? Because those are words you can never erase. You can't undo the things that you said. So just rock with it, right? You could probably apologize for how it made them feel, but stick to what you said. If you meant it, keep it. Like he just said, I'm still sticking to what I said. 10 toes down, that's what I meant. But the tune changes a little bit.
Yesterday morning, I posted a video on this account talking about how a woman had lost her job at Spirit Airlines, and she sent me a message with a GoFundMe link asking me to donate. And the video is basically me yelling at the camera, being super upset and frustrated because this person had never followed me, never supported me before, and it was clear that she had basically copied and pasted this DM to every influencer and celebrity she possibly could, asking for a handout. And I called her lazy. I said she was stupid. And I said she should have spent the time that she spent copying and pasting the message, applying for jobs instead. This video was fucking stupid. It was rude, it was obnoxious, it was privileged, and most importantly, it was completely fucking unnecessary. When I saw that DM,
Who told you to say that? Who said that you came off as a privileged individual? Who said that this video was stupid? Because you clearly didn't think that on your own, so who told you that? Because someone made you aware, like, listen, you need to clean this up. I'm pretty sure it's your publicist or whatever. Because you didn't have the conscious mind to think that how you came across was horrible. No, not one time. It was when you started losing followers, when people started reading you for filth, and you were probably getting read by your peers too. It was like, yeah, that was an ill move. That was horrible. And now all of a sudden you want to clean it up and you want to talk about how you came across. Dude, did you not hear yourself the first time you said it? When you decided to open up your phone, whatever you were using to post it on TikTok, did you not think, right, for all the millions that you have, hopefully there's a little bit of common sense. Well, clearly there's none because you decided to to post it with all that aggression, because I don't find you funny. So I'm sure this wasn't comical for you when you initially did it. Did you think that the average people who buy your product would like to know that you would act like this if they asked you for help? So what do you say to a person that you might see that's homeless out on the street? Probably wouldn't be able to point you out in a crowd, but ask you for $1, right? Before people start judging, would you stop and give them $1 so they can get something to eat? The first initial thought is, oh, that person's going to take that money and use drugs. Maybe. But you won't know that. You don't know that. And it's not your place to sit here and determine how people use what you give. Not one time did you just think that, damn, 17,000 people lost their lives, right? Not knowing what's going to happen weeks to come. And not one time did you display any form of compassion. Not one time. Until now, second video, same spot. Did you get up and wash it behind? I'm going to judge you on that, right? For 2 days you've been sitting there, didn't wipe, nothing. And I'm going to sit here and say, damn, you so all this money, you still lazy, right? You can't take that botch booty up and try to create a decent apology video?
Absolutely had the choice to ignore it and say absolutely nothing at all and move on with my day. But instead, I couldn't even tell you why. Her message just triggered me, and I decided instead to make a video about it. And I bashed her, and it was obnoxious, and I shamed her for asking for help in a situation where she was clearly really struggling, and this could have been her absolute last resort. I have no idea what was going on in her life, and I should have never assumed that she was just copying and pasting this DM as an easy way out. I don't know. I just don't know. My intention behind making this video in the first place was, I get a lot of messages like this every single day. And for me personally, it definitely sucks to receive messages from people that don't follow you and don't support you, treating you like our personal ATM or bank account. But what I'm sure sucks even,
I would not ever reach out to a celebrity or an influencer about assisting me, right? Not saying that some wouldn't, right? there's probably several content creators who will pause, read your message because it stood out because you were asking for help and donate. I don't feel like celebrities or content creators should be hit in the head all the time, with people asking for assistance, right? You can kind of filter through that, whatever. But no, they are not, cash cows whatsoever, especially if they don't know you. Now, it's killing me with the same comment about people not supporting you and having the nerve to ask for help is crazy business. Yeah, something triggered you. And if you get DMs like this all the time, why are your DMs open for anyone to send you anything? If it bothers you that bad, close it. It's not that hard. But no, you like the DMs because you're in your weird little mind. You like people to just send you messages to worship you, or send you messages,
like our personal ATM or bank account. But what I'm sure sucks even fucking more is not knowing where your next paycheck is coming from and not being sure whether or not you're going to be able to put food on the table for yourself and your family. So it really doesn't matter what my intentions were behind making the video, because it came across as super fucking privileged and like I was basically shaming anybody that's unemployed for not trying hard enough to get a job. And I feel awful because that wasn't my intention and it really hurt a lot of people. And I know that it's not that easy. I know that the job market fucking sucks right now. I have friends that are looking for jobs. I have my own employees that I try my best to take care of. And I've heard so many fucking horror stories online of,
why are you trying your best to take care of them? You don't pay them enough? Do they need to start talking, asking for help?
Companies ghosting people, recruiters wasting everybody's time, people applying for job after job and not hearing back for 6 months, a year, 2 years. I know that it's really fucking hard out there and that most people are just doing their best and trying their best to figure it out and to make it by. And if this person happened to choose sending out GoFundMe links as their method of trying to make it by, who am I to judge? Especially when you consider the fact that my method of figuring it out and getting by was making makeup videos online. I just happened to get really lucky, and now, years later, I'm in a blessed and privileged position. But as somebody with a platform, it's my responsibility to humble myself and to never take what I have for granted. And when I made that video today, that is exactly what I did. I was speaking from a very privileged, obnoxious, ignorant standpoint. And for anybody that saw that video and was disappointed or upset with what I said, I am super sorry. Especially to the woman from Spirit Airlines. I did try to look for her message earlier before making this video, and I couldn't find it. If you see this video and you want to get in touch, I would love to apologize to you directly and to help you out a little bit. But if you are not comfortable with that, I totally understand too. I really appreciate anybody that sent me a message or left a comment about this video today, letting me know how insensitive it was. I really needed to hear that, and I really need to think twice before I hit record and just start yapping on this account. I genuinely treat this spam page like I'm on FaceTime with you guys. I love to laugh and tell you stories and rant and scream at the camera and joke around with y'all, but sometimes I genuinely forget how many people are watching, and it was completely inappropriate to make a joke out of somebody just trying to provide for themselves and their family. That's definitely my bad.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, he's not apologizing to me. No one needs to accept that apology but that young lady. So that apology wasn't meant for none of us. Whoever left him a message to let him know how insensitive he is, kudos to you. But no, he should, like, this is not his first situation. Like, you don't learn absolutely nothing for all the dumb stuff that you have done, and you've been aired out. You lost all types of followers and stuff, and it's just like, yo, you're not a 15-year-old kid anymore. Like, when does it dawn on you, like, maybe I could just shut up and not say nothing? Being quiet is beneficial here. I just want to know, who told you that you were rude, privileged, and obnoxious? Because it couldn't just have been you watching that back. Because when you sit here and get on your phone and scream into it, you're making a conscious effort to get a reaction out of people and thinking that people are gonna laugh. I don't know who follows you. Maybe, young kids do, because there was nothing, like, it wasn't a moment that, like, okay, if it wasn't the subject, I would think this is funny. No, there's nothing about you that's, I don't know. That apology was trash. So nonetheless, all that happened last week, and then today I was sitting down, getting refocused on what it is I wanted to do today, I was like, okay, let me just see what's going on. And then I saw that she responded to his apology. So let's get into her videos. I didn't see them. Like, I saw that she was like, yes, I'm the girl that's in this video. I was like, you know what? Let me just not. Let's watch this together.
It's me. I'm the girl that James Charles talked about in that video. Everybody's been asking for a video and I haven't been able to make it because of a few reasons. One being my anxiety. I have really bad anxiety. Really bad anxiety. But, you know, I tend to talk myself out of a lot of things. I was able to talk myself into this. So we're here. We're getting it done. Sorry if I say a lot of ums. Yeah, I don't think there's going back from there. Another question. Did James Charles really send you that message? He did. He decided to message me on TikTok and he wanted to privately apologize. I know another question on here is, do I accept his apology? So I'm just going to answer it right together. Hell no. I don't accept his apology, especially because he was very publicly with what he said, and then you thought it was okay to message me.
Good for her, right? I'm glad that she wasn't like, oh my God, he responded back. He realized he was wrong and just, you know, was in awe of him even, you know, sending a message. I'm glad that she decided to not accept this man's apology because it was BS. Right? Not, you didn't just create one video that you felt like, okay, maybe I was wrong. You created 3 videos, one with the damn rant, the second one 10 toes down on the rant, just a little calmer, and then you apologize. And then decided to take all 3 down. But it wasn't because you felt bad for the young lady and how you came across. It was because you were losing followers.
And then you thought it was okay to message me privately. No. So he did message me. Here's a screenshot. And
all right, guys, let's read this together. Oh Lord, where are my readers? Okay, and it says, I don't know what day this was when he sent this message. It says, hi Amber, I wanted to reach out privately with an apology. My thing is, good sir, why would you want to reach out to her privately when you humiliated her publicly? I wanted to reach out to you privately with an apology for the video I made. I was disgraceful and completely unnecessary, and there is no excuse for me yelling at and berating someone for asking for help in a shitty situation that was completely out of your control. I'm so sorry for adding to what was already a distressing time. Sir, it not one time did you think, like, come on, yo. You can't be too privileged to not realize, well, damn, how stressful a situation could be when you get laid off from your employer and not knowing what's going to happen next. You can't be that detached from reality. Golly, it's annoying, yo. I'm so ashamed for most only the video, but also for being so disgustingly out of touch. I was sent your video today and was so glad to see your GoFundMe has exploded, but I also know that getting attention online can be scary and overwhelming, especially when you never asked for it in the first place. I've spent the last few days reading stories from real people about what it's actually like losing a job without notice, and also learning about the journey to find a new one when so many people are going through the same situation. I've just donated to your GoFundMe, but also please know I'm here if there is anything else I can help with or do. Also, fully understand if you never want to hear from me again. I genuinely wish you all the best and hope you're doing okay. I pray to Jesus that this young lady, right? We'll see what she says in her video, that she gives him no airtime. I hope she didn't respond to this, right? I would have just took your money and be like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, you're right. We don't ever have to speak again.
don't accept it. Let's go. Did you respond to his apology? I sure the hell did not. I did not, because I didn't.
Yes. Yes, Amber. Good girl. Because, like I just said, I wouldn't have either. Like, yo, you really took a hard situation, berated me online, and had the nerve to send me a DM and then expect for me to say, what? Oh, thank you? No. You tried to humiliate me, and clearly you did it to yourself. You made yourself look stupid. And again, that goes back to what I had said a little while ago. Stop taking things for granted. Just because you might be a millionaire today, just remember those same little people that you feel that don't work hard or are lazy are probably the main ones sitting and supporting Painted and building your empire, because you remember you have to count on these little people to support you.
I don't think I could have put any words together and kept it respectful. So I did not respond. I just opened it, I read it, and that was it. So yes, he did message me. I do not accept, and I did not respond. Another question, let's see. How is your mental health? Honestly, my mental health has always been a roller coaster. Currently, I think it's doing pretty good. As of right now, definitely it changes like as the day goes by. If once I start overthinking something, it's downhill from there. But as of right now, I got a really strong support system behind me, so my mental health is pretty good. Another question that I keep getting is that I keep getting a lot is, you keep raising it, kind of being greedy now. I'm not raising it, so GoFundMe, I guess this is my first time, but I just noticed a couple days ago was when you set a goal, once you reach that goal, GoFundMe just brings it up. So it keeps going higher and higher. GoFundMe did comment on one of my videos, and they did explain this as well. So no, it is not me raising it. Let's see. Some people are saying, are you going to sue? No, I'm not going to sue. At the end of the day, that man has so much money that to drag this in court, I'm not going to sue, because I just don't think it's necessary in the situation. I think the internet and all of you guys have been able to turn this negative situation into a positive situation. And not only that, but bring awareness to the world and get other people also donated, because he did go and donate to to a couple other GoFundMes for the same reason. I'm not making any excuses for him though. I'm definitely not. But so I don't think there's any need to do that. Let's see.
James Charles, did you pick up what she was putting down? You see the maturity in this young woman to where she felt, right? Even though she felt that even with that DM that you sent her was purely disrespectful. And there's so many things that she could formulate in her mind to say to you, but she decided to what? Not say anything, because she knew that what was going to come out her mouth was going to be jacked up. Who is your publicist?
How many creators reached out to you after he bashed you for no reason? I don't really know off the top of my head. I did have quite a few creators reach out to me. And they did have some inspiring words. I can say some of them. I was going to shut off my GoFundMe when it reached like 9,000. And they all told me, like, no, don't do that. Like, this is your blessing. How much notice did the other employees receive when you were informed you wouldn't be an employee anymore? Did you have an idea prior? So, love this question, because how can I say without saying too much? But pretty much no. Like, I'm gonna be honest, no, we did not. I remember May 1st, I was at work, and I said, hey, I just saw the news. Do we still have a job? And the response that we kept getting was, everything's running, operation is running as normal, as usual. We'll let you know if anything happens, but as of right now, everything's running as normal. And then, did you have any idea prior? A lot of people have mixed emotions by did I have any idea prior, because Spirit obviously filed for bankruptcy. I genuinely didn't think that it was gonna happen. Personally, I genuinely did not think it was going to happen, because it was going on for a couple years already, and then we were being reassured by our job, saying no, everything's fine, operating as usual. Did you believe or let any of what he said originally get to you? No. No, I'm lying. Maybe a little bit. Like, when he called me lazy, yeah, that definitely struck a nerve, because I'm like, no, I'm not lazy. I'm far from lazy. I've always had a job. I've had a job from the moment I could work until May 2nd.
And that's a comment that threw me off too. Like, who do you know to be calling someone lazy? Meanwhile, you're sitting there with your molded self, not sitting up having a conversation with someone. And listen, I try to go into these videos with some respect and some form of grace and some understanding with people. But when you have repeat offenders like this, it's like after a while, like, you know what? Yes, Lord, take the wheel, right? You got it under control with them, you deal with them. But when you have the rich degrade people who might be less fortunate than them, it's a problem. It is, it's a problem.
And then I started screenshotting and sending it to my friends. I said, "Did you talk about me?" I said, there was no way. Like, that was literally my first reaction when I saw the video. Let's see. Says, did James Charles donate $5,000 after he was just canceled? Yes, he did. There was a first donation of $500, which I thought was him. But after he messaged me, he did donate to my GoFundMe. He donated $5,000.
And I don't know if there is a part 4 to this. I only saw 3, but it seems like it kept going. And then when I went on to, her name is Amber, I think. Amber Redma. And I guess she took it down because it was just becoming so overwhelming with going viral and comments and things of that nature. You definitely have to have, I don't want to say a backbone, because it just automatically weakens a person, but you have to have a certain mindset to deal with the negativity that comes with going viral. Some people are good with ignoring what others have to say. Some people are good with sassing folks back, and some people just go into a dark place when there's a bunch of negativity pouring in. And again, at the end of the day, James Charles did not have to give a response. He could have completely ignored it. But to get on anybody's platform to humiliate a person who just lost their job is nasty, nasty work. It just shows that you just lack compassion, humility. I don't know what has to happen in order for you to realize that we're truly meant to be up here to help each other. And I get it. Nobody wants to feel like a cash cow. But all you had to do was ignore the message if you felt some type of way. Not every comment deserves a response, and you did it to yourself. So it had to take for you to lose over 450,000 followers for you to realize, oh yeah, this wasn't a good idea. I should have never came onto anybody's platform humiliating another person in their time of need. That is all the spit talking I have today in reference to James Charles. Let me know down in the comment section how you feel about this video. Were you aware that this person decided to humiliate another human after their trying times? And do you still support? I don't know. I don't think anybody in my demographic supports James Charles, but because I was so heavy in the beauty community, not like me as an influencer, or just me enjoying, me partaking, me initially wanting to be that person, I just had to talk about it, because I don't know what is it with the arrogance of some of these beauty content creators. It was like, yo, I don't know. But let me know what how you feel down in the comment section about this whole situation. How would you have responded if you were him? How would you have responded if you were Amber? Yeah, I'm glad she did. I'm glad she didn't accept his apology. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like being a part of a family who likes to have real discussion about whatever it is we want to talk about, but respect others, this is where it's at. Click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share. If you want to follow me on all my social media. You can find me on everything that's been talking with Talia. And I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.
That's what I'm talking about.